All right, well, as you can see, rank 169 somehow made it to that specific number. But hey, today I'm going to be bringing you Naya Enchantments, which is the best version of enchantments that I've played so far and has allowed me to get around I think I got to rank 100 or around there at most, and then I lost the last match before I stopped streaming. But this deck went on a ridiculous win streak from like 99% to 100. It was actually crazy. I think I might have lost one game in between those, or one match, I mean. But wow, incredible. So I was doubting the red splash because it would just be for Fable, and I wasn't sure what you could replace in the Selesnya deck for Fable, but it makes sense. You cut Restoration of Eiganjo, which which allowed you to grab the land, and it adds consistency to the deck. But at the same time, this deck plays 27 lands, and you flood out so often that even grabbing the extra land is sure you get the potential 2-drop from the graveyard back onto the battlefield, but that is way less valuable than what Fable of the Mirror Breaker brings to the table. First of all, Chapter 1 being a 2/2, immediately representing board presence instead of a Ganjo just grabbing the land is pretty huge. Makes that blocker or an attacker. Extra treasure is fantastic. This deck uses mana very well. And the most important part of this card, Chapter 2, you may discard up to 2 cards. If you do draw that many cards, we're all familiar with it. It's insane in this deck. You can discard Rite of Harmony, Catilda, which have Flashback and Disturb, I guess, respectively. So you get extra value off those draws. And obviously the most important thing, 27 lands. Discard those lands. Very crucial. I've won many matches. There are some matches I would have never won if I didn't have Fable. Because you flood so often that redrawing 2 potential actual spells is humongous. It changes the entire game. And then the thing that's absurd is that it's not only Chapter 1, Chapter 2, obviously. Then you get Chapter 3, which is a humongous threat instead of being... Well, I guess Restoration being a 3/4 Vigilance that makes tokens is a pretty big threat. But this Reflection of Kiki-Jiki is very dangerous in this deck because you get an extra card off of it. If you copy something, that's huge, first of all. And then, second of all, if you have 2 reflections, I mean, you can just go infinite by copying Reflection during your opponent's end step, copying it again for as many times as you can with the mana that you have access to. So if you have 5 mana, you can do it 5 times. On their end step, you make 5 copies of Reflection of Kiki-Jiki, and that means you would have 7 2/2s that can attack next turn. And with the auras, that could be all 3/3s. It could get out of hand very fast. So this card comboing into itself to generate an extra win con is just massive. So it gives this deck a lot more consistency, a lot more threatening power in the mid to late game. And it's overall been just fantastic. Now, sure, 12 red switches, not the best to cast it on turn 3. But honestly, we can't really go much higher than that without destroying the potential of casting a 2-drop on curve, because otherwise you would have too many tap lands, so it's a little bit sketchy. But honestly, I haven't really run into problems with the mana base, so I think it's consistent enough to warrant the extra power that Fable of the Mirror brings to the deck. The sideboard has been modified a lot, actually, ever since. Okay, so I'm going to make a little adjustment here. I'm going to cut a circle, and I'm going to add a hearse, because I've been playing against some random graveyard decks recently that have been quite tilting. But anyways, as you can see, new card. If you have watched the previous videos, this was not in the sideboard before. And obviously it has synergy with the Reflection of Kiki-Jiki, but that was not the main purpose for it. The main purpose is that, how do you deal with Farewell? Well, this is the best thing I could come up with without blue. It's just to play a creature, that taxes their farewell, a creature that's very difficult to deal with for those white decks because it does not die to Wandering Emperor. It does not die to Destroy Evil. So you're dodging two very important removal spells, which makes this card pretty much perfect. And it actually is playable in a lot of matchups, even against the black decks, honestly. If you feel like, usually it replaces Catilda. So if you feel like when you're on the draw and you feel like you can't really make Catilda a relevant creature until it's too late, usually you can die like really fast against black decks sometimes. And I like maybe splitting 2/2, 2 Catilda, 2 Peacekeeper. I mean, it really depends on what I feel like my opponent's deck is doing and how aggressive they are. But yeah, this card is just huge. So you definitely want 4 Peacekeepers. If you don't have them, it's actually okay. You'll just have a harder time against the Farewell decks. But honestly, there aren't that many Farewell decks. If you're going to cut the Peacekeepers, we'll add as many as you can, first of all. And then whatever slots remain, I would play Hearse. I would play... You could actually play... What's that spell that taxes? Curse of Silence. So you could definitely play 2 Curse of Silence. Maximum 2. That would help a little bit against Farewell, honestly. So I would do... Maybe 3, actually. You could do 2 or 3, depending on whatever, if you have any. And then split that with Unlicensed Hearse. So you just distribute it that way. Or you could even play Bankbuster if you really want to. Either way, let's move on. What else can I comment on here? 3 Wandering Emperors. I think I had 2 before. It's pretty much for the exact same matchup as Peacekeeper. So the idea is that if you're playing around Farewell, you want as many permanents that don't get hit by Farewell. So we have some way to delay it. And then we have a drop that immediately follows Peacekeeper, potentially, that generates even more pressure, giving them less time, while also not dying to that sweeper. Very important. I think that's about all I have to say about this deck. Pretty sure if you haven't watched my previous videos, I can just explain the general game plan. Just really straightforward. Play your enchantments. Ramp. Use this for cost reduction. Try to win with Hallowed Haunting. Or you just outcard advantage your opponent by playing enchantments that will summon creatures automatically and using Rite of Harmony to gain a massive card advantage over your opponent. So you don't have to win with Hallowed Haunting. You can win with Catilda, or you can win with Double Fable. So you have like 3 major win cons here that work quite often, or at least one of them is going to win you the game. Like, comment, and subscribe to support my channel, and follow me on Twitch to watch me live. Let's get into it. Okay, well, we lost the first match against Grixis. I'm probably not going to show it because it was a mulligan to 5 in game 3. And I still almost won the game, but sadly I was missing the 2 extra cards, or at least 1 extra to win the game. I needed a little bit more. Usually don't lose to Grixis too, it's quite unfortunate. Anyways, let's just move on. Pretty decent hand. Okay. Interesting. This looks like a matchup that should be okay for me. If not straight up good. I don't think I need to draw in this position. Very interesting. Part of me wants to develop the wedding announcement, obviously. I think I will. It's more consistently good than the Fable. As in, like, I'll generate more tokens over time. And if they have a removal, I'd rather a 1/1 die here. This looks like a stable position. I have my one removal spell for the shield red as well. +2 to come back. I think I'm pretty safe to use this on this turn. Yeah, mono black aggro stuck on 2. That was obviously not going to be a very impressive performance. I could have drawn here actually, but I think going for board presence is probably more powerful. I don't think I need to draw on this spot. But also I should not have played that land. I had 5 mana, I didn't need to play the land. Okay. Should be a fine matchup. Hopefully. Don't think I need that many Rite of Harmony copies. Looks fine to me. I could easily cut Jukai Naturalist for something else, but the 2/2 Lifelinker could be relevant. I don't know. It's marginal. That's one of the decisions that probably won't matter. Yeah, holding on to 2 white I think makes more sense, even though that's fine. Alright. Okay, that's relatively powerful. Thing. Okay. Next turn we are drawing. Hopefully into a land. Sure. I might actually not draw depending on what I find here. If I find a land, I'm definitely drawing. If I don't, I'm thinking about it. Okay, we are good enough. Hopefully I draw a different land because I kind of want this, but I will use it if necessary. Or I could also deal with that, but it would draw me less cards. Let's not do that, especially if because they have a discard spell here. Guaranteed. Do I need the land more than the enchantment? Probably, yeah. This can go. Scary. Chumping here, most likely. Makes the most amount of sense. Pretty good. Second Fable. Teaching, I think the problem with teaching, I mean, it's good, but no, it's probably better because it can give them an extra point of damage. A little bit scary. Yeah, I think mana efficiency is probably more important. I won't be using chapter 2, obviously, but... Oh, they did not activate last turn. Oh, that's good for me. If they don't have removal for this, they are in big trouble. Okay, very nice. Well, that's also quite good. Should probably discard that. Okay. A little bit scary on the draw, but we got there anyways. On the draw, double tap land into nothing. This is a little bit better, I guess. Still not the best thing ever. It lives, okay. Might not live very long, but it lives. This could be a pretty interesting game, to say the least. See if they have a way of dealing with this. They don't. Okay. Find a white source here. We are chillin'. Also fine though. I was not expecting Adeline, which is why I attacked, but that definitely could have been a mistake, potentially. Okay. Attacks. Flip. Interesting stalemate. It's not the best for me. I could have definitely not played this, potentially. A little bit annoying. I think this could have been a mistake, definitely. Oh, I forgot to block that. Man, it won't matter. Oh, actually, it might matter. Certainly a mistake. Well, that's scary. Okay, that makes my play into a mistake. I forgot that Adeline summoned an attacking creature for a second. I feel like Vigilance is not as good as First Strike, but maybe it's better in the first turn. This is gonna be difficult to beat. I think not blocking was such a huge mistake that it might actually cost me. Yeah. Oh, that's good though. That's very good. At least I dodged that. Yeah, I think I'm happy to send everything here. Yeah, not blocking was huge. It really was. That extra 2/2 is menacing. Because it creates an extra trump blocker for no reason. It's definitely not the best thing ever. Okay, so does that mean we are minusing this? Yep. Okay, that's fine. Oh, that's quite good. So I draw 3, which I think is fine in this spot. Gonna be gaining enough life. Hopefully. Oh, it's my only play anyways. Pretty bad draws though. Not terrible draw. Oh, this is a pointless attack, correct? Because they have first strike anyways. Well, all I know is they have to block this, right? So they're losing at least a 4/4, which means they have 4 times 4, 16, 20. I guess I could die. Maybe I'm not supposed to attack. Well, let's see. Okay. This, they have to block 3, right? So actually, I should always be safe because they're losing at least 1, 2, 3, and then 4. So they're losing, they're going 8, so they have 6 plus 8, 14 plus 2, 16, which means I'm safe, right? I have 16 and they can only do 16. I think my math is correct. What if they block with Shield Red though? Instead of an Angel, they keep an Angel, they gain 4 damage instead of 2. So they can deal 18, but I'm going up to 20, so I'm still safe. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh no, they have to block 4. Okay. Oh, we are definitely safe here. Oh goodness. They didn't even block with the 2/2. I forgot that it's not 3 that they can leave unblocked. It's 2 because the 3 would be lethal here. Wow. Okay, fantastic. So that required way less thought than I thought it did. Overthinking sometimes can get you into trouble in this game, for sure. I was so convinced that they had to block just 3, but I didn't even do the math really. Even though I kind of did. It was like a weird situation where the math was correct, but like it just something slipped. Anyways, let's move on. We won anyways. Okay. Now this matchup is not great. Definitely not great. The reason it's not great is that they have flyers, which are difficult to deal with, Shield Red, which is difficult to deal with, Exile, which is difficult to deal with, Planeswalkers, etc., etc. You just pile on. White and black combined is a nightmare for this deck. I'm gonna cut some Hallowed Hauntings just because they're extremely vulnerable to a lot of things. Plus board. I might cut them entirely and just play this. Won't have access to that much removal though. Adeline is a relatively scary card to deal with. Definitely gonna cut a land on the draw. Won't have many 2-drops. I think that's okay. The sound is not great, but that's not the worst thing ever. Ooh, okay, that's a problem. The reason that's a problem is that I didn't expect them to go the slow route. And in that case... Actually, would I have really sideboard that much differently? Not really. Alright, let's do this first. Go for the proactive play. Hmm. Surely that's fine. So that's the broken part about this card, is that it can name permanents on the battlefield. Ooh, god, that is unfortunate. That is the best draw in their entire deck. Interesting position. Well, in my position, I don't think I have many other good plays than this. So let's just do it. Okay, we are in a good spot. So if I play this and this, should be the most amount of board presence. Well, let's hope their last card isn't what I think it might be. And it is. Oh, that is unlucky. Real unlucky they top deck the land for that. Might still be okay. They are at 1 after all. Oh, what a close match. What a close match because of this stupid card. That's very annoying. Okay, one less potential blocker, I guess. Well, not really. Huh? This is really crucial if they have a removal spell or not, basically. They do. They have a stop. I guess we're going wide then. Oh, wow. Well, that's great for me. I do have this anyways. I want to attack with one thing here. Or I could attack with two. But just to kill their Wandering Emperor, which I don't think is worth it. I think I just go wide here. Draw a bunch of cards, make a bunch of stuff. Well, all I know is they need a sweeper again. How many farewells can they really play in a mid-range deck? Maybe 2 at most. I had to take a guess. I have the Sneak Emperor too. To get that last point of damage in it potentially if they don't block correctly. I want as many attackers as possible here. Nothing. Okay. Reckoner. Bank. Buster. Block, block, block. Lethal. Good game. Good sideboard plan from me. The swap into Peacekeeper plus Wandering Emperor working out. Surprised them with the extra aggression. Beating Farewell is rare for this deck, but this is one of the ways you can do it. It's always difficult getting back to your lower rank here. It's what I really dislike this the feeling that this ranking system gives off. I started at 167, lost 1, won 2, and I'm back. I'm not even back to my original position, which sucks. Esper, difficult matchup, but Reckoner Bankbuster is a good sign, I think. Hopefully. It's Esper Control, wow. That is actually not a good sign at all. We do have Fable, we do have the transformational sideboard. Hopefully. It's enough to get me far into this game. Fable is a very large threat for them. So my play is going to be I'm thinking about discarding Catilda to get further into my deck to get more enchantments. Play around Farewell. And this matchup is difficult. I do think it's correct. I'm looking for right. Essentially. I mean, yeah, I need right to come back from a Farewell potentially. That's the thing. That's the key thing here. Oh, okay, that's very interesting actually. Because that means they have no blockers. Which also makes me think that they don't have Farewell, because otherwise why would they commit that? So, yeah, I think they don't have Farewell, which means I can just go ham here, right? I can do this, attack, play second Haunting. Gotta be better than playing this. Playing this and then this. I mean, at this point, I feel like I have to overcommit because of that play. Could be a bait, but I'm gonna struggle against this deck either way, so I might as well just go ham. Try to get the 7 off of this to win next turn, basically. Yeah, I'm going for a one-turn... win here. Essentially. Very nice. Next turn I'll have 7... I'll have 8 enchantments. So they need farewell this turn. Okay. They don't have it. Doesn't that mean I win? Yeah, sometimes against your bad matchups, if you realize you have an opening, and if you have a feeling that the way they're playing means that you can play into that opening, then you should definitely take it. So like in that case, they played Shield Red, so I was like, okay, if they're playing Shield Red, they probably don't have Farewell, or it's a huge bluff, but it's just more... Oh, I don't have two... Oh, I don't have... Very interesting. I don't have 2 whites, which is a problem here. Most likely for 1 mana they can't interact here, so I think I win anyways. Or at least I'm hoping I win anyways. Oof. It's always so stressful playing against Farewell main deck. And I know from this that they are playing it. Alright, transformational sideboard. See how that works out for me. Destroy evils in because they're playing Shield Red. Take this out. Take this out. Catilda -2. And Touch the Spirit Realm is actually a good card in this matchup. But I wonder if it's a better card than Catilda. Catilda is not that powerful, actually. Dies to Wandering Emperor most of the time. First might be interesting. Just to have that little bit of damage on the side that isn't a creature or an enchantment. And this looks okay to me. I could actually cut a land as well. Probably smart. Azusa or... You know what? I might just cut this. I feel like they're super weak. Even though they bring a lot to the table in terms of ramp, I don't think this matchup is a ramp matchup by any stretch. It's a very tempo heavy matchup, so having the 2/2 on 2 is probably more relevant than anything else. In that case, I almost want to play Touch the Spirit Realm just to protect my creatures. Which I don't have many, I guess. Let's play another Catilda. Try this. I haven't tried just cutting the Azuzas. See if it works out. Ooh. Okay. I like what I'm seeing here. Okay, so no counterspell, very important. Could be a negate, but guess we'll see next turn. I'm gonna take a peek. Wedding announcement. Interesting. Wow, their deck is not what I expected. I thought this was just a pure control deck, but it's looking more like a mid-range. Which kind of sucks for me. Oh, they did not activate Takenuma. Okay. Very good. Soren is very annoying. Wow, it is actually just a mid-range deck. Okay, so I was... Maybe they're not playing Farewell then. Very interesting. I don't think my sideboarding is very strong against their specific post board here. But I guess we'll see. Don't actually have any ways of interacting with the Soren. So I was expecting a hard control deck, but it is actually just Orzhov. They don't play blue. So I just completely sideboarded incorrectly, which sucks a lot. But yeah, I guess we'll see if I can manage to win this game or not. The ult will not kill me next turn. Don't know if keeping this is worth it, but we'll see. Yeah, it was probably not, but I don't want to draw land in the spot. That's why I didn't discard it. It's a very interesting situation. See if they played correctly. I mean, I don't think it's a very difficult situation, but... Oh, face, that's a mistake. Okay, good. Very good, very good. Oh, okay, very interesting. So they can destroy this, but I don't think it's that relevant. Hearse stops the drain as well. I'm gonna need a good top deck though, that's for sure. I think their misplay might cost them. Basically, the only good play there was to destroy Catilda and then hold up Infernal Grass. So when I try to take it out, they can kill the creature that's being targeted. But they chose not to do that. Totally fine for me. Now I have Reflection out, so I can make an infinite Peacekeepers as well. Ooh, didn't take it. Probably Invoke Despair. Kind of scary. Wow. A very interesting play. Not the best thing I've ever seen in my life, but okay. So this is just whatever. It's a copy. Most likely they're chumping, right? Which means I hold this on block. I'm happy I won this because it was not looking too good for me until they made that misplay with Sorn. Now they actually have to find exactly removal spell, which leaving that card on top makes me think that that's Invoke Despair, so it's definitely not a single target removal spell. Well, I guess I lose anyways. They are just extremely lucky. Not sure what to say about that. Farewell, last card off the top. I could have potentially won by attacking the Sorin as well. I really did not expect them to top deck that at that point. Next match. Next game, I mean. That sucks. Well, now that I know that they're playing a slower build, definitely not going to play Jukai. I think we go back to the original game plan potentially. No, actually, no. I'll stick to my Wandering Emperor game plan here. I don't know about the hearse. I think it's fine, but not sure I want it on the play. Yeah, let's just go as hard as possible here. Hmm. I don't know if I was... No, I was definitely not supposed to play on Farewell there, because I have 2-turn lethal. I really think that that would have been a mistake to play on Farewell in that spot. I think. I don't know. If I think about it longer, maybe I'd change my mind, but... I don't know. It's hard to say because of hindsight. Oh, this is looking pretty good for me. Wow. Well, that's just fantastic. What did they possibly keep? This is looking like the typical complete dominance, but I could still lose the farewell though, so it's a little scary. I don't think I draw in this spot. Actually, I might. A weird position though. Just attack with one thing and make the biggest board possible. Is that even worth it? I'd have to ditch this. I think it might be worth it. Sacrificing 6 damage though. Or no, honestly, I could just play. Well, let's resolve this first. I'm thinking about it. Oh, let's see what I draw. Yeah. Okay, land. I think it might be the case that I just go for a bunch of cards here. So I'd get 2 extra tokens, but 4 less damage. That does not seem worth it. I'm just gonna. I'm still gonna draw, but I'm not gonna go for the extra board presence in this spot. I'm looking for Peacekeeper to delay them. I go for the most draw again, right? Makes the most sense to me. Perfect. I could have done it the other way around to not take damage, maybe. Oh, but I didn't have untapped green source. Oh, I forgot I would get an extra card from that. So that was a mistake. I was gonna just attack with this, but there's no point, right? Yeah, the only good thing about Farewell decks is that they have to hit lands on curve, and once they miss one, you're in such a good position. And you don't even need... See how you don't need Hollowed Haunting? Instead, you're playing more immediate board presence instead of trying to... let me think about this for a second before I finish my sentence. Instead of going for like delayed build-up, you have to like play more proactive spells. Bo3 is probably useless in this spot. I'm never using it. This is definitely going in this turn. And we win. Fantastic. Well, hope you enjoyed the matches. I didn't feature that first loss, but 3 in a row after that should prove that when I'm not getting mulligan screwed, mulliganing to 5, this deck is very powerful. In the right hands, it's probably powerful no matter what, honestly. This deck is very beginner friendly, I think. As long as you take care to set stops for Rite of Harmony. So make sure you do that if you're trying to set this deck out and you're not used to adding stops to your main phase.